Session. Any questions, any doubts? So last time when we discussed, that is on Tuesday, we discussed what are reusable test step blocks, what is a library, and what are business parameters. I'll give you a quick recap of this topic once again because this is a very important topic, and most of the interviews this is one of the compulsory question, like what is library, what are reusable test step blocks, why do we use business parameters. These are some of the sample questions. For all these questions the answer is only the one thing, like you have to explain them all three things. Like first of all, library is something where we have the reusable test step blocks. As the name says, reusable test step blocks is nothing but whenever we have certain test steps repeating again and again among the test cases, usually we create them as a reusable test step blocks, so that this will help us to the reusability of them. So we just simply drag them and drop them in the test cases wherever we want to use it, and this will be the references will be created and we will be using them. In reusable test step blocks, we can, if we are want to change any value that we are passing to that test step value, if you are doing it within the reusable test step block, usually it will cause the changes to occur in all the references where it has been used. That is the reason, in order to pass different sets of values, we always create business parameters, and we map these business parameters to these values using the syntax curly braces PL square braces, that particular business parameter name, and close both the braces. And whatever value we want to pass, we will pass it to the particular business parameter. So here it will be always only the business parameter value be given here, and different values will be passed to the business parameter. Is it clear? Any questions? Any doubts? Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes, Raghu. Okay.
Yeah, it's clear, Ramya.
Yeah. So now let's see what are the different kinds of conditions, or conditional loops or the normal loops that we have here. Usually when you are studying and all, you might have seen there are some loops like while loop, do while loop, for each loop, if else loop. In the same way, in Tosca, we have three things here. One is if, then, else. Second one is while. Third one is do while. Only these three are present. No for loop, no for each loop, nothing. Only these three. Let's see how they work today. Okay. So I'm right clicking, creating one test case, and I will name it as if, then, else. One second. So how can we create this if then else? Simply right click on your test case, and then you can see an icon over here. See, create if statement. So simply click on this create if statement. It will create a if then loop for you. See, it has a condition column, it has a then column. And if you right click on if again, then you will be able to create a else statement. Else is optional. If you want to create, create it. If you don't want to use the else part, then don't use it. Simply use only if then. Okay. And now let's take some condition. Like, okay, I want to see if I want to say, like, if my buffer value is greater than 6, then add 1 to it. Okay. Later I will say else add 6 to it. Okay. First let's implement only this one. If my buffer value is greater than 6, then add 1 to it. So what is the condition that we have here? We should check whether the buffer value is greater than 6 or not. So what we will do is, first let's create a buffer. Okay, 1 second. Ignika cheppandi. 10:30. I'm sorry. So let's go and add test step. Buffer, T-box set buffer. Okay, and I am pulling it at the first level. So now what I do here is I'm creating a buffer called num. Okay, and I'm giving a value 5 in it. Okay, or else let's give it as 8. Okay, first. And now here we should write the condition. What is the condition? If my buffer value is greater than 6. So I want to check whether the value which is in the num buffer is greater than 6 or not. In order to compare two things, what is the standard module we use? We have expression evaluation standard module. This one will help us to compare two things. So simply drag this and drop it over here. And now how can we know whether how can we access the value that is present inside a buffer? What is the syntax we use for that? Curly braces, capital B, square braces, that particular buffer name is num. So close both the braces, and I want to verify whether it is greater than 6. So greater than 6. So I'll just give the same thing. Buffer of num is greater than 6 and the action mode is verify. And now what is that I need to do? If it is greater than 6, I need to add 1 to it. So whatever I want to add, that is 1 I have to add. So that part will come and sit into the then. So simply say add test step and tbox set buffer. Now in order to add 1 to it, so I have to perform a operation, that is nothing but I need to add something. And now where should I store that updated value? In the same buffer. So give the same buffer name. And in order to perform this addition, subtraction, multiplication and all these, right, we have two different internal functions. One is the calc function, you can say this is the one, and another one is the math function. What is the difference between calc and math function? This is one of the interview questions again. The difference between calc and math functions. When do you need to use calc? When do you need to use math? Calc is something which is, interlinked with Microsoft Excel. If you have Excel installed on your computer, only then calc will work, or else it will not work. Okay. This means you will have different formulas in your Excel, right? Finding the minimum value, finding the maximum value, trimming out some text, trimming out the spaces and all. So all these different kinds of operations can be found out by using the calc function. But all the basic mathematical operations, forget about Excel, nothing is required for the math function to work. The basic mathematical operations can be done by using the math function. Where is it? Here it is. Performs calculations with operators and mathematical functions. Okay. So ours is a simple addition. So simply go for this math. You can use math or calc for addition. There is nothing wrong. It depends on you which one you choose. Basically, calc is for Excel related operations. Math is for the normal mathematical operations. This is what you keep in your mind. So math of, and now what is that you need to add? The first value is buffer of num. So buffer of num, whatever value that is present in the num buffer, plus how much should we add to that? 1. So just say 1 and close both the braces. See, this is what I did. Is this syntax clear to everybody? Any questions?
Could you please repeat once again?
Yeah, I just pinged you in this chat window. I'm showing you once again. So now, in order to perform these additions and all, what is the function we use? Curly braces, math, and square braces it starts with. After representing our values and all, usually we close these square braces and close the curly braces. Am I correct? Until here it is clear, right?
Yes, Ramya.
Okay. Now what is the thing that you need to do? Whatever value you have in the num buffer, so this is the syntax for the num buffer value. Correct?
Yes.
Plus 1. This is what you want to do.
Yes, Ramya.
So I'm just keeping these things here in this braces. Okay. So it is like curly braces, capital B, square braces, num buffer, and close both the braces, plus 1. And this is what I gave you. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's run this and see. So now what should happen? Should that then work or not? Will that then work? Yes, because our condition is meeting, right? What is the value that number for has? 8 in
8.
it, and 8 is greater than 6. So condition is met. So what will be the output? The number for will have the 9 in its value. Let's see. See here, initially the buffer num has been set to 8, and then it evaluated. See here you got a small tick mark, and it has been evaluated to true. So that is the reason you got the num buffer with the value 9. Now let's try understand playing this else part also. Okay, and this time what I do is I wantedly change this condition. Okay, I change this value. Num I am having keeping only value as 4. And now if I run this, will it work?
No.
No.
No. It completed the execution, but see here, condition is not met, so it did not go to the then part at all. Expression has been evaluated to false. So now let's write the else part also, so that for the else it will go to that condition. So right click on your if and then create else statement. In the else statement, I'm simply copying this, pasting it here again, and what I do is instead of adding 1, I will add 6 to it. This is what we wrote here, right? Else add 6 to it. Okay. So now let's run this whole thing once again. Expand all. See, condition is not met. So it executed the else part and it has set the value to 10 now. Okay. Are you clear with the if then else loop? Shall we go to the next one? Any
So Ramya, whatever this num value is changing, 10 or whatever 7, then it is getting added into the buffer num or not? Means the value will be there. It is changing or not?
it is changing. You can go and see in the buffer viewer.
Okay.
And one more thing, which I think sometimes this will help you. Sometimes we may not know like what is the value that would be stored or something, what is that we are using and all. So if you right click here, usually you will have a option translate value. If you click on it, see, as per this expression, we are going to get value 4 for the num buffer. And right click and say translate value. Already num is having 10, right? So that is the reason it is showing 10 plus 1 will be 11. You can do this translate value. Sometimes it might help you.
Translate value is the immediate check for the expression we are writing.
Yeah, it is like you can right click and translate value, but this doesn't help anywhere else. Just to understand, it will help you.
It's just to validate that whether whatever expression we are writing, it's correct or not. Or
Yes,
even
yes, yes, that's all.
But Ramya, in the top, okay, num is equal to 4. In that place, okay, the value is showing properly. But if you come for the if condition,
Yeah,
okay, it's
because now what is the value in your number for?
10 is there.
That is the reason it is when you're saying translate value, it is adding 1 or 6 to this 10 actually.
Okay.
When you run this, only then
Mhm.
it will become 4, right? Now
Okay,
actually it is 10.
correct. But
So
still, we are not executed, right?
when you say translate value, it will just simply go and tell
Okay,
whatever
okay.
value it has already in it.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So now if we make the condition like num is equal to 6, so it will go for the else part, or it won't
Yes.
take. Okay, fine.
Now you may ask me, Ramya, here we are dealing with numbers. What do we do? Like, what is the main use of it in real time? Real time, you can say sometimes like if this condition is visible or if this window is open, only then go for it, or else you just open it once again, or else if this particular logout button is visible, then just click on it, or else don't click on it. Some conditions can be like this. Okay, so
Ramya,
yes,
regarding debug evaluation, whenever we use if condition, we can use, right? So other than we can use anywhere debug evaluation.
sometimes you may need to use it depending upon the place where you are using. If you want to compare two things, go for T-box evaluation too. And one more thing I will tell you, I'm just copying this. How one interview question which is asked in testing experts company. How do you compare two dates? We all know the date expressions, right? So what I will do is, one second, I'm creating buffers. Okay, one I call it as date 1, another one I call it as date 2. Okay, and in date 1 I'm using today's date, well, and in date 2 I will
Date
use
plus.
plus, let's take 1 month ahead. Okay, 1M and the same. Okay, so let me run this part alone. so I can see my dates. Where is this? So now date 1 has 06/05/2021, date 2 has 06/06/2021. Now how can I compare two dates? The same T-box evaluation tool will help you with that. And here you can say that the syntax to compare two dates, only for these two dates it will help you. Okay. Hash, curly braces, capital B, square braces, date 1, close both the braces and again give a hash, double equals to capital B, square braces, date 2, close both the braces. Okay, sorry, another hash, and even here also it should be another hash. Now let me run this and show. See, it has been evaluated to false. For suppose these two dates are same, then you should get a true over there. Let's see that. See, it has been true. For comparison of dates, you need to give hash. Just remember that. Okay.
This is only for dates.
Only for dates.
We keep the dates between the, we keep the value of date within the hash.
Yes. This is something which is different from normal, right? So that is the reason some people ask you in interviews. You can say that. You just give hash and again hash and then the same. Remaining thing is same. Only prefix and suffix it with hash. That's all. Okay. And now let's move on to the next one. After this if then else, I just want to discuss about while and do while loops. So let me create two loops, two test cases, do while and another one is while. Okay. Do anybody of you know what is the difference between while and do while in general?
While check the condition and perform, enter into the loop. Do while it will execute the statement, then it will check the condition. That means at least one time it will check the statement and then check the condition.
Yes,
In
at
do
least
while.
one time it will go to the loop and then check the condition. Perfect.
Correct.
So now let's add both of them. So for the do while, right click and here you will have an option that is see create do statement. Just click on this and see what came first. First you have the loop part followed by the condition part. For the while loop, right click on it and here you have three dots, right? If you go inside this, here you will see this create while statement. Click on it. In the while you have the condition first followed by the loop. Okay. So now let's write some scenario in the same way. Like what should be my condition? Okay, the same thing I will say. If my buffer value is greater than 6, this is what my condition is. Is greater than 6. What is it? Loop part is, let's add 1 to it. Okay, So let's implement it. So the first step is to get your num buffer. So copy this num buffer step from here and paste it in these two and keep it as the first part. First, let's go with the do while loop. Okay. So what is the loop part in it? Loop part is you have to add 1, right? So let's write that statement over here. So every time curly braces, math, square braces. Okay, this time let's take calc. Anything is fine. Calc, square braces, buffer of num plus 1 and close both the braces. Okay, you can take calc or math. It is up to you which one you are taking. And the next one is condition part. What is the condition that you are going to set? You want to see if it is greater than 6 or not. So copy this condition from if and paste it. See here you are evaluating whether it is greater than 6 or not. The same way, let's implement it in the while also. While also is the same. Only thing is where you put your condition and where you put your loop. So first the condition comes whether it is greater than 6 or not. Later the loop comes, that is to add 1 to it. So in this do while, first I am setting my buffer value, that is num to value 1. And now let me run this. So expand. Initially it has become 1 and now it has run for one time for sure. So it became 2 and now is 2 greater than 6? No. So it came out of the loop. Is it clear to everybody?
No, Ramya, can you repeat it because it was too fast?
Yeah, sure. So forget about while for the time being. Let's consider only do while. So one thing let me do. Let us take a buffer called num and give a value 1 in it. Okay, using the T box set buffer. The next I added a do while condition, create a do statement. In the do statement I have two things. One is the loop part, another one is the condition part. In the loop part, I am taking the number to be added with 1 every time. The same, whatever we did last time. Add 1 to the buffer value of num. And in the condition, I am evaluating whether this number is greater than 6. Now let's say whether it is less than 6. So it will run the loop for more number of times. And now let's run this statement. So what will happen? Initially my buffer is 1. Now it will verify whether the number is less than 6 or not. If it is less than 6, it will keep on executing the loop part. And once it becomes equal to 6, then it will come out of the loop. See? Here, first time my number has been set to 1. This is done. So then it went to the do. In the do, the loop part is the first one. So it has set the value to 2 because 1 plus 1 is 2. And it verified the condition. The condition 2 is less than 6 is true, right? 2 is always less than 6. So next time also it entered the loop and now it has become 3. 3 is also less than 6. Very good. So again it went to the loop. 4. 4 is also less than 6. Again it went to the loop. 5. 5 is also less than 6. And finally it has become 6. Is 6 less than 6? No. So that is the reason it came out of the loop now. Is it clear now?
Yes, Ramya.
Yes, Ramya.
So, in the same way, let's execute the while also. In while, what will happen? First, we are verifying the condition and then we have the loop part. Okay, let's run this and then again talk about this. One second. So now initially it has been set to 4. Is 4 less than 6? Yes. So it has become 5. 5 less than 6? Yes. So it has become 6. And finally, when it became 6, it evaluated to false and it came out of the loop. If you see, what is the difference that you can see between this while and do while? In do while, first you go to the loop. So minimum you are running for one time. Yes or no?
Yes, Ramya.
But in while, only if condition meets, only then you will get inside the loop. In do while, even though your condition is not met, you will run for minimum of one time. Only that is the difference, nothing else. Okay.
So in the case of do while loop, whatever is the condition, it will actually execute at least for the first for
Yeah,
one time.
whatever is in the loop, it will execute for one time and then it will see the condition. If the condition is met, again it will execute. If condition is not met, it will come out. But minimum one time execution is done. But in the while, if condition is not met, it will not execute at least once also. Okay.
Okay.
It depends on you which one you have to choose and which one you can which one will help you in that scenario. You should choose accordingly. And one important thing, always remember, please don't use if or while or do while much. Only use them whenever they are mandatorily needed. We usually don't prefer to use these loops and all in real time. What happens is these things slow down the test cases, slow down the execution speed actually. So that is the reason we will never go for these three. Only if they say like no, these are badly needed, only then we will go for them. Or else we will try to skip them as much as possible. Okay?
Okay, Ravi.
Yeah. We will see
Ramya,
how
in
do we
real
skip
time.
them.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, you are asking me something.
Yeah, Ramya. In real time, if you not use the if and else condition, what we use rather than
Yeah, we will skip. So for instead of this if then else, right? We will try to use some conditions. We have another column called condition, which we will discuss at the later part of the classes. So we will try to use conditions there. So only if that condition is met, that test step will execute, or else it will not execute. So we will write it in that way instead of if then else. Instead of this while and do while, if there is something that you need to repeat again and again, we use repeatable folders. So there are some other concepts which you need to learn, and we usually use those things. We prefer to use them rather than these things. Okay.
So these two concepts, if then else and do while and while. So these things are not much used in the real time. Rather, we use the other concept that you have told.
Yes, because these slow down the execution speed. But you should know, because these are the concepts as part of Tosca, right? They are available for you. So if needed, you will use them. If not needed, like if you can manage it without using this, then we will go for the alternate only.
But generally, one will not find it so helpful to use. There
Yes.
are other options.
Even Tricentis asks everybody to use them only when you need it.
So it will come under the best practices.
Yes.
So use only when you need it, or else skip it. There are the option to implement.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. With this, I will stop today's class. Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Ramya.
Bye.
Thanks.